everybody. Shabbat Shalom to everybody. This is Naomi Nachman, host of Table for Two on the Nachum Segal Network. I am actually in Gourmet Glatt right now. I'm not on the Lower East Side. I'm going to be having my own kosher destination shopping experience right here in Cedarhurst in the fabulous Gourmet Glatt. I am so excited to be here and so excited that they're hosting. And we will talk more about what they're hosting and why they're hosting and all the fun things we have got going on in the show today. Thank you everyone so much for joining us here in Cedarhurst. We have quite a crowd this morning. And if you're home listening to me like you usually do on Friday morning, go on to nachumsegal.com and hit watch. And you there's a little camera icon, and then you can hit that little triangle in the middle and you can watch us right here in Gourmet Glatt. For those of you who don't know me, I am Naomi Nachman. I'm about all the food all the time. I love food. I love to shop for it, cook it, eat at restaurants, anything food related. I'm a kosher personal chef. My business is called the Aussie Gourmet. I cook for people for Shabbos, for Yom Tov. Anytime you don't feel like cooking, I'm your gal. I hope that you will tune in, stick around for the next hour and a half for our supersized edition of Table for Two. We've got some great cooking adventures going on right here. I'll be sharing some, like I do every week, great food ideas and recipes. But I also want to hear about your experiences too. So please email me anytime, naomi@nachumsegal.com. You can join my fan page on Facebook, the Aussie Gourmet. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest. Or you can even join my newsletter at theaussiegourmet.com. I promise I won't bombard you with emails, just some great cooking tips when my next shows are, and some good wishes from us all. I am joined here in Gourmet Glatt by the amazing team from the Nachum Segal Network. We've got station manager Miriam L. Wallach. We have Chief Engineer ZK and the amazing team from Gourmet Glatt, Howie Klagsburn and Yoli Steinberg. And I just want to thank the entire crew. But today, we're here for a special reason. Today is the 60th anniversary of Abel's and Hyman hot dogs. So we decided that we're going to collaborate together. They decided that they should collaborate with Table for Two. How exciting is that? And they are taking on the sponsorship of Table for Two for the entire year because it's their 60th anniversary. I'm so thrilled and so touched, and I thought we must have a kick-off anniversary party to join us in Gourmet Glatt and have a party right here. So it's such a milestone event when anyone turns, the big zeros on any number, 10, 20, 30, 40, and of course 60. So I'm going to ask Seth to come up and join me. Seth is the owner, and we're going to chat with him in a couple of minutes. Hi, come on up. How you doing?
Very good, thank you.
Okay, we got good sound there?
I think so.
All right, we're going to party. Okay, so a couple of quick announcements. This Monday morning, I think that's January 13th, I will be in Gourmet Glatt Market in Borough Park. I'm going to be doing a cooking demonstration for Aussie's Fish at the Aussie's Fish counter. I'll hope that you will join me from 11:30 to 2:30 p.m. We're going to be doing fabulous cooking demonstrations all about fish. I find that fish is a bit of a mystery to people and we don't eat it enough, and we should. So come join me down there, and I'm going to be Wednesday the 15th of January in Teaneck in Cedar Market. They invited me to come down to the Aussie's Fish counter again from 12 to 3, so please come down and join me. We're going to have a blast. Okay, last week we had a giveaway. I do a lot of giveaways on the show, and we've got some good ones from you today too.
We do.
I'm so excited about that. We'll stick in and tune in how you can get some giveaways right here today in Gourmet Glatt in Emporium in Cedarhurst. We had Jamie Geller on the show. I'm just, filling everybody in what they missed because I got another exciting opportunity coming right up. Jamie Geller was on the show about 2 weeks ago, and she was fabulous, and she offered a giveaway to our listeners. So I got so many emails back. All you had to do was email me at naomi@nachumsegal.com, and you got to be in the drawing for Jamie's great book. So we had so many people emailing in, like from across the country, across the world. I was actually a bit nervous that people that I wouldn't be able to mail it to overseas would win it. But we actually had a winner from Passaic, New Jersey, Elisheva Shepherd, she won in Passaic, New Jersey. She won Jamie Geller's Joy of Kosher. So round of applause to her, Mazel Tov. And we're going to get that book out to you. Now we have another giveaway this week. If you want to win two cookbooks, that's very exciting, by Leah Shapira and Victoria Dweck. They sent me these gorgeous cookbooks. They are filled with beautiful photography, amazing recipes and cooking tips. So, and they're not huge, and they're nice and small and easy, which I found quite nice about. You know, a lot of these cookbooks are quite large, and this is like nice, and it's all soft cover. And I had to say, like, as soon as I got them yesterday, I started already baking a couple of things for Shabbos. So that was really nice. So this is the Kids Cooking Made Easy and Favorite Triple Tested Recipes. So you know you and your kids can make these together and they're going to work out. No kid will be disappointed. So that's fabulous. And her other book, Soups and Starters. Now, a lot of people always ask me, you know, what are side dishes? I always get stuck with side dishes. You know, they have such a hard time. This is your book. Thank you, Leah and Victoria, for donating these books to the show Table for Two. So if you want to win these two books, yes, two books today, because Victoria and Leah will be on the show in a couple of weeks, and we will do the drawing then of the raffles, and I'll announce them when Leah is on the show. But if you want to win these two great books, Naomi@NachumSiegel.com. I look forward to hearing from you, and I love when people have been emailing me. They also write a nice note about how much they like the show, so I really appreciate that. So thank you for everyone who's entered and written me a nice note. Okay, Seth.
Yes.
It's
Good
very
morning.
exciting. Mazel tov.
Thank you very much.
Big number there.
60. It's an accomplishment.
Right,
Sure.
right. So let's talk about like the history of the company.
Okay.
Okay, you came into this not from the beginning.
No, not from the beginning. About 17 years ago, I purchased Abels and Hyman from the surviving owner, Lee Hyman. He and his uncle, Oscar Abels.
Oh, they were uncle and nephew?
Uncle and nephew,
that's
yeah.
Cute. They were family.
They were family.
Okay.
They started the business in 1954, and they originally were located in Washington Heights.
Okay, up in the Heights.
Up in the Heights, where all the good German sausage was made.
Ah, yeah.
Eventually, they moved into a small factory in the Bronx, and we were in the Bronx for about 40 years or so. We've been able to grow our brand from a small niche brand to a product that's sold coast to coast because of customers like Gourmet Glatt, you know, where they feature our product so predominantly. About 7 years ago, we built a brand new factory.
Yeah, I had a tour.
Yeah.
So I came out to Seth in it's where in New Jersey?
Hillside, New Jersey.
In Hillside.
And
I was going to say.
What?
Yeah. I couldn't remember the name of the.
Right, Hillside, New Jersey.
Hillside, that's right.
So we have a modern, state-of-the-art facility, and we produce all of our provisions in boutique fashion. You know, everything is handcrafted. A lot of care is put into the product. There are no byproducts, no artificial flavors or colors. You really, we're the leader in the category.
And I found when, you know, Seth took me through we actually started at the end and we walked our way through the beginning. Like we spent about an hour touring the whole process, the plant.
Right.
And you know what, I was amazed that it's a roast that goes into the hot dogs, not like fatty meats.
No, it's
like people always think of hot dogs as like not high quality, but
correct.
It's like roast that you would buy, say, in a supermarket, like Gourmet Glatt, and that's the kind of meat that you're putting in your hot dogs.
And that's in part what separates us from the competition. We care about everything we put into our product, from the type of meat that we use to the spices. We use actual spices and not extracts, which you can find with a lot of other products. And you know, it's not just me, it's the employees as well. Everybody cares about what we make because we're so proud of being the leader and producing the top-selling hot dog. And, you know, our hot dogs were ranked in May of 2013 in the Forward as the #1 kosher hot dog in America, beating out brands like Hebrew National. And, you know, that's an accomplishment for a small factory, you know?
That's amazing. That's really nice recognition.
Right, and we're celebrating our 60th, and one of the things that we started this year is we started a Facebook page, and we're running a contest on the Facebook page.
Yeah, that's very cool.
So for every 1,000 likes, we've been giving away a box of assorted provisions. Our first winner was Elliot Auerbach of Englewood, New Jersey.
Congratulations.
And we are 15 likes away from number 2,000.
Can I just tell people who are watching online or listening?
Yes.
If you are on Facebook while you're listening to the show, go onto the Facebook page of Abels and Hyman and click like.
Right.
So you're in the chance to win.
And for a special opportunity for listeners of your show, let them message me. Let them say, listening to Naomi right now.
Ooh.
And we'll select one of those messages and award them a box of assorted provisions and one of these fine Abels and Hyman hats.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you, thank you.
You're
so
very welcome.
if you are on your Facebook page and you've hit like, go across to messages. You can send a message to Abels and Hyman.
Send us a message.
And just say, listening to Naomi Nachman, and you'll be in a drawing for, oh my gosh, we have so many giveaways today.
That's right.
And if you're in the store, stick around. We've got incredible giveaways.
And if
here
you're not in the store, come to the store because we're giving away the finest product I think you could find, other than a hot dog, in the supermarket. We're giving away Serve-A-Lot today.
Serve-A-Lot. And let's talk about the Serve-A-Lot,
Okay.
because I never actually heard of Serve-A-Lot till I met you.
Serve-A-Lot is very unique. A lot of people confuse it with salami, but it's not salami.
So can we actually grab a Serve-A-Lot? Can someone pass us a Serve-A-Lot? I'm going to show you what Serve-A-Lot actually is. It kind of looks like a salami, but it's completely different. Now thank you. Oh, that one's dried out. Okay, great.
Yes.
Please talk about this whole Serve-A-Lot and what it is and why does that look dried out?
Well, this was air dried, and that's really the best way to serve the product and eat the product. Serve-A-Lot originates from the 1500s. It was a specialty item that was produced in Switzerland.
Not Germany?
Not Germany.
I thought it would have been...
when it made its way to Germany, they changed the name and they called it Rollwurst.
Oh, okay.
And it has such a unique process in manufacturing. It's a 3-day process to make this product. It's not that you just slap all the ingredients together and throw it in the oven and cook it and pack it. We take select cuts of meat, select cuts of trim. The spice blend for this is obviously top secret, but
it's unbelievable. And there's also a hot one, right?
And there's a spicy one as well. We've added to the Serve-A-Lot family by creating a spicy Serve-A-Lot. This is a cold smoked item, which means that it takes about 3 days to make. We grind the meat, we spice the meat, we let the meat sit and settle to absorb the flavors of the spices. We extrude it, we let it sit again, and we put it in the oven.
I'm just going to...
And we use smoke for a number of hours to enable and help cure the product and give it its color. And then we cook it to, the temperature that needs to be cooked.
You cook it in an oven?
We cook it in an oven.
Or
it's
it's water bath? In a water bath? How does it work?
We use smoke to help cure the product. And then we use a combination of steam, dry heat. It's a cooking process. It's rather scientific. No, this is not something that you can duplicate.
This is not something.
Although a lot of people used to make Serve-A-Lot in their attics in Germany. It was a specialty item that a lot of people were able to make on their own. It's really an excellent item.
Yeah, I never heard of it. What does Serve-A-Lot actually mean? Does it have a...
Yes, it actually means raw meat.
Raw meat. Oh my God, don't say that. It's like
but it's not raw.
It's not raw. I promise you it's cooked.
It's fully cooked.
And it's super delicious.
And it's beyond super delicious.
Okay, now, how long... when I came out to the factory, you gave me a whole bunch of samples and you told me, take this and hang it out for at least minimum of 24 hours.
Yes. The level of dryness is dependent on what you want. So you can take a Serve-A-Lot today and open it up. It comes with string, so it's easy to hang. You can hang it up in your kitchen. It's important to have good air circulation around the product. Or you could take it out of the clear plastic package and put it in your refrigerator if you feel more comfortable, and it will continue to dry out. Yes, the moisture will evaporate over time, and you'll ultimately be left with a relatively solid piece of meat.
Right, so I made one after the hot one,
Right.
Which was a little too hot for the Nachman children. But we had it hanging for about 2 days right after we spoke. I hung it for 2 days, like Wednesday night, and I served it Shabbat for lunch. It was delicious with these. We'll come back to the sauces, but
yes.
I served it with a whole platter of your sauces, which was amazing.
Right.
But then this last week, I took a regular server, not the not spicy one. I had it hanging for 6 days.
Oh, sure.
I promise you, we had it for dinner last night. I called it dinner for breakfast. Right? Breakfast for dinner. Breakfast for dinner. I made hash browns, which I'd never made before. It's very American hash browns. I made amazing hash browns. I made poached eggs, and I did the serve-a-lot cooked in bone-sucking sauce, which I'm going to do in my cooking demonstration a little bit.
That sounds
My
delicious.
kids went crazy over it, but I had it for 6 days hanging, and my kids said, how do we know it's safe? Because, people get nervous. And I thought that was a pretty good
that's
question.
a legitimate question.
I thought that was a good question because
Yeah.
I didn't know how long.
There are preservatives in the product, and so long as the product dries out properly, you're not going to have a problem. And that's why I say, if you feel more comfortable, you can keep it in your refrigerator, so long as you keep it exposed and rotate it every couple of days, so that the side touching the base of the refrigerator, that won't dry. So that's why it's important to rotate.
Can we hold up both? I know
Yeah,
that
this
not
is-
everyone's listening. Some people are
Some
listening
people are
and
watching.
some people are watching.
These are-
For those who are watching, and let's try to describe it for the people that are listening as well. Look how
It dries out.
It dries out. See how the smaller one, it's smaller because that's been dried out and it looks a little shriveled.
Right.
Right? It's shriveled sounds negative, but it's really,
No, it
it's
dries
what
out.
you want. It's what you want.
The moisture is evaporating, and what you're left with is the meat and the spices, and together there's nothing that compares.
But it's like a reduction. Often I talk about
Correct.
sauces and stuff, and like a balsamic vinegar and honey are fabulous together, but you have to reduce down the vinegar, or you reduce down the sauce, and that, you're just left with plain flavor, like not plain flavor, good old amazing flavor,
Right.
really.
Before there was refrigeration, there was dried meat.
Right.
And the way they cured the meat was with smoke and with salt, and that's what preserved it. And that's essentially what we're doing with the serve-a-lot. While we've added some ingredients to make sure that it continues to stay stable, some preservatives, it's still the same process. And that's what allows it to dry out and be fine for consumers. And if you go into delis today, you'll see they're still hanging salamis. Gourmet Glatt sells our salamis.
Right up the back, and I think I'm looking right here in Gourmet Glatt. That's aisle 5. If you walk straight up aisle 5, you can see some of the salamis hanging there.
Right.
So you can actually buy them already done. So you can just
Already
take them
dried
home
out.
if you're nervous to let it drying out in your house. Gourmet Glatt's done it for you.
And one other thing that people like to do with serve-a-lot, because it's so smoky and so rich in flavor, they cut it into chunks and they put it into a pea soup, and it comes out incredible.
Well, next week is Tu B'Shvat, and I have a recipe actually on my website, and I'm going to talk about it also on my Tu B'Shvat show next week. But like I was developing some recipes, so I did mushroom barley soup, and serve a lot in it, or hot dogs. Delicious. It just makes a meal out of it.
Yes.
So.
But going back to the company, I just wanted to mention that about 18 months ago, we were approached by an Israeli company, and they were interested in buying into the company. So I have a new partner. So even though we're 60 years old, we're sort of growing. And now today we're partnered with Kibbutz Ma'adani Yachiyam, who manufactures the Hud Golan product line, and you can find all of their items in Gourmet Glatt, from their ultra-thin sliced turkey and their mini Mexican-flavored cabanossi, which
we're going to be showing those up. I think we have some here also.
Yeah, we have some cabanossi on the table.
I love that. My
Right.
grandmother used to get it for us in Australia.
And this is a little different. This is also a dried out product, but what they're doing is they have special drying rooms in Israel where they dry out the product themselves and have it ready for the consumer, so the consumer doesn't have to
This is
spend
great.
time.
For some reason, we have a tradition in my house that we eat this Erev Pesach. I have no idea why. We actually make, I don't know where I got it from. I make a potato salad. So Yukon Gold, red potatoes actually. Red potatoes boiled. I add red onions, dill,
Right.
pickles, and chopped up cabanossi.
Unbelievable.
I came up with a couple of years ago because you can't eat, like it's hard to eat before
Right,
the Seder.
right.
You can't have anything with matzah meal if you eat gebraucht.
Right.
So it was hard to come up with something. So we came up with this, I call it my Erev Pesach potato salad with cabanossi.
Right.
And then I had no idea it was Had Golan.
Yes, and now Hud Golan and Abels and Hyman are one company, and
That's amazing.
You're not just supporting an American company, but
You're
you're also supporting an Israeli
Israel, which is
that's right.
always something dear to my heart.
And these are great. I was going to say for kids, and we're around the corner from the Super Bowl. These are going to make an excellent snack for Super Bowl
Excellent
time.
snack. And you know what? If you're making, and I was going to bring that up, the Super Bowl, right, coming up. Being a big American that I am, I'm obsessed with the Super Bowl, but not the football part.
Okay.
The commercials on the halftime show and the food that you make to eat while you're watching the Super Bowl. So I make these great hero sandwiches.
Oh, sure.
And I stuff them with those. My kids love very thin deli.
The ultra thin
The
sliced
ultra thin
Hud
deli,
Golan
and I make
turkey.
half of it like a little bit spicy and half of a little bit.
Right, it comes in a variety of flavors, so you can do that. They have a Mexican flavor, a smoked flavor, a honey flavor.
Yeah, I love the
oven
honey. My
roasted.
kids like Mexican.
Yeah, so it's the technology I have to tell you that they have in Israel that allows them to package product and slice it so thin and give it such a long shelf life is incredible.
Yeah, why?
They're so far technologically
I know
advanced.
Even with parking meters, they're more advanced.
Yeah.
Like I'm sitting here worrying about my parking meter in Israel. You just tap an app on your phone and it fills your parking meter outside. Yeah, come on, we got to get with it, America.
We do. So.
Okay, great. So let's move right along. The Facebook pages, everyone on Facebook right now, please go on to
Abels and Hyman.
and hit like, send a message to Seth saying watching Naomi Nachman at Table for Two.
And we will give that listener, or one of those listeners, a box of assorted provisions with this very cool Abels and Hyman hat.
It's cool.
We gave
I'm sorry, I didn't wear
understand.
mine. I didn't want to mess up the shaitel today.
That's quite all right.
So great. So now we're going to actually move a little bit into direction of inviting up. We're going to do some pairings now.
Oh, that's great.
Okay. So my friend Jay Buxbaum from Royal Wines is a frequent guest on Table for Two. He's coming on up. Is that Shlomo Blashka I see too?
Shlomo,
hello. Shlomo Blashka,
And
also
Shlomo
from
can say
Royal
come
Wines.
over, Shlomo.
Okay, come
Shlomo's
on up.
our expert on whiskey.
Whiskey. So can we make it this Table for Four on Table for Two? Is that possible?
I can stand. I'm good enough.
Okay, you're nice and tall also. Like I'd be a bit
Exactly.
shorter than everybody else. Everyone, you are listening to Table for Two on the Nachum Siegel Network, right here in Cedarhurst, live in Gourmet Glatt. Thank you, Gourmet Glatt, for hosting this kickoff
Yes.
event for your anniversary bash. So really, it's been a whole effort working with everyone, and you know,
It's going to be a great year.
it's going to be a great year. We got some
That's
great
right.
things coming up.
I want to get to the tasting part.
So do I.
Yeah, okay, I know. Can I just? It's really early in the morning, and we're going to eat meat. So I've had my coffee.
And drink whiskey and
Yeah.
taste
What-
wine.
what
My
could be so
husband-
Or at
terrible?
least taste whiskey.
My husband's going to have to come and pick me up from home.
Already, I'm scared.
It's Shabbos. You know, we always say when we drink on our shows, we always say it's Shabbos somewhere, so we can start start with drinking. Okay, so I actually was very clever this week. I bought clear drinking cups because
There
when
you
we
go.
did our last show, we did not have clear drinking cups, and we want to show off the wines as well. So can we grab? Do you want to grab the wines? Wines, whiskeys.
Let's get the Red Zinfandel.
Okay, and where's our
And the
salamis that
port.
we're going to taste?
Okay, so
So we're going to have now, Seth is going to bring up some fabulous product, and we've got, maybe we should move the sauces, would that help? And we've got, thank you Miriam, and we've got Shlomo and Seth from Royal Wines doing a whole wine and whiskey pairing right here in Gourmet Glatt at 9:25 in the morning. Hope everyone's tuning in, and this is very exciting. Okay.
let's not forget to invite people down to Gourmet Glatt so they can pick up their free serve-a-lot.
Right. We have to mention that. If you're in the area, come on. We've got free server-lots. They'll be given out in a couple of minutes by our amazing station manager or some... Yes?
Member of the
Thank you, Miriam. She does everything. She's amazing.
We just have to put stuff.
Okay, so we're opening up some wine here. Jay, why don't you talk about your wine, this
Well,
first wine, and then we'll.
This is a
we'll
servalat
pair
that
it.
we're going to be
You're
tasting.
going to start with a servalat, which is been dried out, and it's a heavily smoked item. As I was explaining before, it's specific cuts of meats. I can't tell you which cuts because we don't want anyone to.
Yeah, it's a secret.
It's a
So
secret.
We're going to be doing We're going to be doing a wine and a whiskey. And the wine that we're doing is Red Zinfandel. It's an American indigenous grape.
Mm-hmm.
It was first discovered here in America, but they trace its roots back to Italy. And we're also and it's made from 70-year-old vine, so it's quite intense. It's quite rich. It's got some spice to it, kind of what you described about your servalat.
Right.
And then Shlomo, in his brilliance, tell us what you
Is that
brought us
microphone working?
and
Is that
why this
microphone
why,
on, CK?
why
I
this
just
will
want to
work.
check. Can we do a set? Is he got sound?
I think I don't. No,
Yeah, you
now
do.
I hear it. It's
Yeah,
back.
we good,
so
CK there?
I
Okay.
picked because I've actually had the servalat, the spicy servalat, many a times. Our shul does a kiddush after davening every month for Rosh Chodesh, and we make hero sandwiches specifically with 3 weeks dry aged spicy servalat.
Oh,
Thank you.
From you.
Thank you.
of course,
and
of course.
it's fantastic. And
We need the glass.
I noticed it was a little smoky and spicy. So one of the things that I decided to do, we like to use the Tomansol PD Tang because there's a nice smoke. I would actually cover because it's going to
Let's
make
just
everything
take this
smell
stuff off.
Okay.
with the cork. That's
Where's
right
that?
behind me.
Here's a cork. Did you want the cork?
No, the whiskey cork.
The whiskey cork.
Because
Okay.
the smoke will actually get into everybody's aroma. So we're just going to leave it closed until we have to drink it.
Yeah,
Can we get those other
That's
plastic
very
cups?
interesting. The
Oh, I got it.
servalat has a wonderful aroma. We've just opened up the package. It smells amazing.
Yes, it does.
Oh,
I won't argue.
Seth, give it a little smell.
oh
on this.
really? I'm so happy to
you'll
hear
see
that. My mouth is
that smells-
watering.
Smoke.
Okay,
That's-
can
I
I
smell
smell
that
that?
smoke, sure.
You smell it.
The smoke
Okay,
is really
here,
going to
Miriam.
make.
Miriam
it's going
gets
to
to
make
smell it.
The
spicy
servalat.
servalat just-
Well, I
Does
have
that
the
smell
spicy servalat
amazing?
over there.
I
This
wish-
is the
I wish we
regular
had-
servalat, but if you want to do...
Whoop, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Close. I
Not
wish
not this.
that people in the audience could.
We haven't even
smell.
drunk yet, and everybody's dropping things all
Yeah,
over the
we have
place. It's amazing. By the
That
way, I
smells
want to be very
amazing.
clear that we're going to be more doing tasting today than drinking because we're driving and we're getting ready for Shabbos. So you got to be very careful about
That's right.
not drinking.
And Naomi Nachman
But
has
eat as
a whole
much as you
hour.
like.
Yeah, eat as much as
We
you
need
like.
to stay sober. We've got a whole hour and a half to get through. An hour left. Okay.
Oh, we do.
Okay, you're listening to Table for Two with Naomi Nachman on the Nachum Siegel Network. Our segment right now is going to be all about servalat pairing with some whiskies and wines from Royal Wines. Thank you. We've got Seth
Levitt.
Levitt. I'm having meltdown over here. I've got Seth Levitt from Abels and Hyman. I've got Jay Buxbaum and Shlomo Blashka. Okay, and I have not had a drop to drink yet.
That's...
Yeah,
gotta-
that's a
we gotta
little
Remy- we gotta
scary.
Remy that.
Oh, gewalt. Yeah, I already had a fluff there.
So let's
Okay. All right.
So
So,
here,
what are we
so-
starting with? Why don't we start?
I'll give you some
Okay.
servalat. You can take the whole thing. Oop.
Okay, very nicely cut.
Yes. Can I give a shout out to the person who sliced this up for us?
Yeah, who was that?
It was Scott
Fagan.
Fagan from Traditions.
Do you know he was the first sponsor of Table for Two?
I did not know that.
He had the first month.
And he's got the best deli in the
Best
five
deli
towns.
because he's getting it from you.
That's true. He is.
Okay, it speaks volumes for itself.
It does.
Okay. All right, what are we doing?
So we're
okay, am I gonna
tasting.
be
You're going to be
flashing?
flashing.
Okay, here we go. We all going down
definitely
together.
Only a bit baro.
It's all shahakol,
Yeah.
right? All right. What am I? Did you wait? We need some for Seth.
Thank you.
There you go, Seth. Okay.
Now, do I have the wine first or the servalat first?
Taste the servalat first.
Servalat.
Okay.
We're going to try the servalat first, and now we're going to have the wine.
And see if this goes together.
Okay.
Okay.
I just wanna
And
smell
don't forget,
both.
Just you have to make a bori priya gafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam bori priya gafen.
Amen. So I feel like you should be making kiddush. Okay. All right. Baruch atah Adonai melech haolam shakoni baruch.
That is
Oh my-
outstanding.
This is outstanding.
The wine is.
The servalat is really
Baruch
good.
atah Adonai Eloheinu melech
Your
haolam
wine is
gafen.
good.
Isn't that combination great? It's got
It does.
Oh
it's
my
got
God.
the spice and
The wine is.
And the smoke
the
is
smoke.
from the
great.
servalat.
And you know that the wine actually spent some time in oak,
Uh huh.
so you get some of that smoky, oaky
flavor. Wow.
And that goes
Beautiful
It's all
with
about
this.
Yeah.
That's nice.
eating and drinking is all about harmony.
Yes.
Getting it all together.
And that's why.
And actually, you do a great job in doing the harmony. Not too much spice, but enough. Just the right balance
It's not overpowering.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
I was amazed at what you were telling me in shul the other day.
Yeah.
That, a lot of the meat that we eat in America has a lot of fat in it.
Right.
If you don't mind me
We dive in the same minion in the morning.
pumping
Yes,
you,
I believe
Let's give a
so.
shout out to the
I meant to say Elizabeth before because
the
I know it was
Elmora
right.
Hills East Minion.
Exactly right, Elmora Hills Minion. But I want to tell you, you tell me all the time that you look for meat, especially for your, what do you call it,
For my
provisions,
production.
that is not fatty.
That's right. There is
so
a
it
certain
goes-
amount of fat that you have to
Right,
put in
because
because the
you
fat
need
gives the flavor,
flavor.
a little flavor.
Yep, absolutely.
But it's a scientific process. It's the lean meat. What happens is you're grinding your meat and then you're putting it through a special machine called a chopper.
Right?
And the chopper has 6 blades on it that are very sharp. And what it does is it breaks down the protein in the lean meat and it allows it to encapsulate the fat. And by doing that, you get a product that doesn't fat out or have grease or smudge. You're getting a beef product, and it's really more
great
scientific
combination.
than anything else.
The two processes of winemaking and salami making have they're not similar, but they've got their own timeline. They've got their own tricks of the trade.
Right.
It's like very similar.
I've always
kind of,
said, if I didn't make hot dogs, I wanted to make wine.
Why? I know. That's my dream.
And actually, bourbon and scotches and whiskeys in general have similar issues. Where to age it, what to age it in, what kind of aerating you need.
That's right.
What the really a big thing is what your raw materials are like.
Correct.
You have to start with great raw materials.
That's right.
And if you really care about what you're doing, like you obviously do, Seth, and Abelsheim is a great example of that.
Thank you.
You could tell what kind of raw materials you're very careful about and what kind of processing you'd go through in order to make it as good as it is.
We have a full-time...
And we try to do that with the Herzog and certainly with the Tomatools and the other wines that we're going to be tasting.
And you're
with
successful at it because they're
That's
phenomenal.
why they're royal wines.
That's right.
Yeah, and you're Abelsheim. Okay, so let's move on to our next one. Okay.
I think we should
Keep an eye on the time.
Let's try that Petey Tang.
Do you want...
I think are we doing the spicy
If you'd like to
now?
do the spicy
I would
servlet,
love
we
to
could
do
do
the
that.
spicy
Spicy
Let me go
servlet. So I'm
grab
going
it.
to sit that.
I'm
Should
going to
I
let
try
You may
it?
need some
Shlomo-
water with
for
the
sure.
spicy servlet.
But you know what? I'm going to spit this.
Yeah, I have to spit.
So I'm going to take a little bit in a
Okay,
cup.
Jay, can we just talk a bit about why you said spitting? Because, there's a bit of a process with why he's spitting. He's not just spitting because he.
So I am. We've talked about it in other shows, but I don't think we've ever done it live.
We've never done it live, so I want people to see.
Several years ago,
on camera. I want people to be able to
Several
see
years
why
ago-
you're going put.
Several years ago, I was approved or certified as the OIV taster for a very big international wine.
What does that mean?
OIV is Onoteca and Vinoteca. Organization of Enoteca and Vinoteca, excuse me. It's an organization, a worldwide organization of wineries and winemakers and vineyard growers that come together to promote better wines and vines throughout the world. One of the places that they do not allow it is in America. And the
Okay.
reason
And
for
why
that
is
is
that?
because Americans, even though, for example, we have something called Burgundy, which we just call red wine,
Yeah.
Burgundy really is a place in France.
Right. Like
so it's really
Champagne is a
it's
place.
right, and we call sparkling wine here in America champagne. That's incorrect. It only if it comes from Champagne. So because we flout the rules, they don't want to be part of it. But as a result, I've been doing tasting sometimes 400 wines over 3 days. And if you're going to drink even if it's just a taste, if you're going to swallow every single taste,
You'll be ill. I need to
you'll be
try it.
yeah. And the other thing is that you want to enjoy your wine. So you don't want to drink a lot. You want to taste a lot.
I found that at my first kosher food and wine show that I went to a couple of years ago with Kedem, and
You drank
get
too much too soon.
Too much too soon. I was very buzzy. I had to go stuff my face.
Well, there you go. Plug for that. Kosher
Yeah.
Food and Wine Experience.
Is it
And we're
sold
going to
out
be
yet?
participating
We're
this year.
almost sold out. They're going to
Yes.
be participating. We're almost
That is.
sold out. I mean, there's a few
crazy.
hundred seats left,
Yeah.
100 tickets left.
Get your
But
tickets right now.
But every single table will have big spit buckets.
So
and
it's
the
a term
reason
of
for
art.
that is you're going to have over 400 wines. You drink every one of those, even if it's only a quarter of an ounce. By the time
You'll
you
be
get to your
sick.
20th, you won't enjoy it
Right.
anymore.
And you'll have
so
a liver
I
transplant.
strongly suggest that. Well, I hope not.
You
but
bring
I
your own?
strongly suggest that you taste and spit. And today,
your own liver.
Shlomo and I may be driving, so we really have to be careful about
Okay.
drinking.
Oh, you can spend Shabbos with us.
I want to
We're
warn
gonna
you.
be-
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
This is very spicy.
Okay.
So be
So
prepared.
are we doing this with this?
Yes.
Okay, so Shlomo, you need to talk to us
will
and tell
talk
us
about-
what you just poured us, because
So-
I'm not the biggest whiskey maven. My first whiskey lesson was with you at the AHC show.
Okay.
When we
Oh,
were live at
wonderful.
AHC. So that was probably my first real sip of whiskey.
So it wasn't so bad.
It wasn't so
It
bad.
wasn't so bad. So the whiskey we have today is the Talmansol Peaty Tang. Now the Peaty Tang, the barley was smoked with peat. Peat is condensed vegetation that turns into like a
P-E-T-E, yeah?
P-E-A-T.
Oh, okay, there you
No
go.
E. No E.
No,
P-E-A-T.
P-E-A-T.
Peat. Like
Okay.
a peat coal. It's like a coal almost. It's a condensed vegetation that turns into like a fuel source.
Okay.
So it gives that nice smoky flavor that
All
they
right.
cook into the barley. They smoke it. As we were talking about before, any good product takes time and effort. Whether you're cooking, whether you're drinking, whether you're whatever you're doing, everything good in life takes time and effort to put into
Yeah.
it.
And love.
So,
And love.
and love.
Like our sausages
And love.
and our hot dogs and our wines.
And the spicy serve-a-lot is
Still lots of prayer, too.
This is my favorite deli meat by far. As I was mentioning before, which I also go to Elmore Hills, but I do the later minion, not the
Okay.
early one. I can't get up at 10 to 6.
The hot dog maker has to wake up early.
Yeah, I know. They get up at 10 to 6, by the way, for that, or that's when davening starts.
No, that's when we start.
Right.
When
When do
we
you-
get up a
when
lot
do you-
earlier.
I
than
wake
10
up
to
about
6.
4:40.
Right.
Oh
That's
my
when my
God!
clock wakes
I had
me.
to get up today at 6
Yeah.
o'clock in the morning for my to get here for the
Sure.
show, and I thought, how do people do that every day? I
you're
know.
looking-
I thought of you,
But, you
Miriam
know, I
Wallach.
enjoy
I
it.
thought of you.
But if you're looking for a fast minion and you're getting off the
Oh,
plane
yeah.
or going to the plane,
If you're davening,
over
it's a
at
fast
Newark,
minion.
and I'm davening, I'm your guy.
That's the way to do it.
Elmore Hills Minion is your place.
So,
Okay.
Go ahead.
being said, the spicy serve-a-lot is very rich, and it also has that smoked flavor.
Be careful. I'm going to hire
So-
him.
I love it. And the whiskey that I picked has also
Okay.
a nice smoked flavor. As you give the aroma,
Okay.
it smells like a
we're
little
smelling
charcoal.
it.
Yeah, we're gonna smell it. It has like a nice charcoal flavor to it.
Would you like some?
And
I'm a little nervous to drink it.
no, so what you do is eat
Okay,
the food first.
Eat the food first. Okay,
So-
but it's gotta be spicy.
now it's gonna
And
be
is,
very
is the
spicy.
whiskey gonna like burn my mouth out? Well, let me open my
what,
water.
What happens is whenever
That's
you
right.
have the
There you
water
go.
before you eat first. Because
Okay, so I'm gonna have some
Rinse
water.
out your mouth
rinse
a
rinse
little.
out your mouth first before you eat.
Okay,
No,
and-
no, eat
gonna-
first, then drink whiskey. Don't have the water until
So
afterwards.
wait, the water first.
So water
Have
first.
Yes.
This
Because
is the whole process. Isn't this
It is.
fun? Aren't
It
you
is.
glad you
It's-
joined our
it's incre-
team?
I am
What's-
very
We do
happy.
this all the time. Me, Jay, and
And we have
ZK.
so much fun.
Now, the spiciness of the serve-a-lot is it will take about 3 or 4 seconds
Right.
before it hits.
I remember that from
And it will hit you on the back of your mouth.
Right, 'cause-
And then you'll feel the heat penetrating.
different peppers, even like white pepper, black pepper.
That's correct.
Hits the different spots on the tongue.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So
So this
Same
this,
with the
this,
serve-a-lot.
this will hit you in the back.
Okay.
And you'll feel the heat, and you'll enjoy.
you'll enjoy the
so
spice.
so I done my water.
eat
this.
the serve-a-lot first.
Then
what
this.
happens is after you eat the serve-a-lot and you get the
That's
spice, when you taste the whiskey, your brain is trying to find a connection of similarities and flavors from the whiskey that you just had and the spice of the food.
Okay,
Which is
bread,
why I
okay.
always advocate having your hamotzi lechem and aretz first, have the bread, then you can have your food and then have the wine, because typically we have wine first because the bracha of the Borei Pri Hagafen is more important than the typical shahakol.
Okay.
So therefore,
Should
you
we
have
go?
the food first.
Should we do
Absolutely.
this?
Let's go.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
excited.
Wait. You
Get
know
ready.
what? Wait. Isn't that you make a l'chaim when you have whiskey
L'chaim,
to
we-
Abel's and Hyman?
L'chaim to
Clink.
Abel's.
L'chaim to Abel's.
60th. Mazel tov.
Should have at least 60 more.
God bless.
Amen.
And you should be served at the Beis Hamikdash, you know.
Yeah, amen. As a korban.
No,
Listen,
for all the
Mashiach is
Kohanim,
coming
after
soon.
they've done all their hard
Oh,
work.
I don't even know
we'll
all
get
the
a little,
rules.
We'll get Shlomo to do some whiskey, me to do some wine, and you to do the deli.
Any of your
Exactly.
kohanim here?
What?
Any of
See-
your kohanim here?
I don't
See,
know.
that's why this Levi over here is standing outside.
Oh,
saying,
that's
no,
right,
no,
you're a
don't
Levi.
worry.
I'm a
You
Levi,
guys can
that's
have
right.
Okay, I'm going
Let's
for
go.
it.
I'm ready.
Good
Oh,
luck.
I love it.
Go eat.
Oh, I ate mine already.
This is-
I had mine.
I ate mine already.
Okay.
I enjoy
You
it.
want another?
Yeah,
Sure.
It's delicious. I'm just waiting for it to burn my mouth off.
the spice is.
I have
I
this.
also like,
Delish.
And now you feel the
Can I
heat.
just add one
Now,
aspect
wait.
to this that
Certainly.
you're not
I'm
doing?
sorry, can I interrupt? Now I do
Sure.
this, right?
Do we hold it in our mouth or just swallow?
Swallow. You can swallow a little bit.
You could, swish it around your palate.
I have to say, this is really nice.
Yeah.
And you know what? It brings out the flavor in the
Oh
serve
my gosh. I was expecting
It really
to like
enhances it.
Oh, it
You know
opens
what?
it out.
You know
Spit
what
this
I
out.
like?
This is
You know what I
good.
like? If you
Yes.
don't mind,
I don't
I'd
mind.
like to bring everybody to do as well. Smell it. Smell the serve-a-lot.
Oh
Good
yeah,
idea.
yeah.
It's got such a great aroma.
does.
This kind of looks maybe disgusting, but
No, it's
Okay.
the
it really
smoke.
has that smoke comes
It's
through. And if
fab.
you can compare the smoke
To the
in
whiskey.
here to the
It's
whiskey
very
smoke,
good.
it's
But-
like it's
shows.
crazy
But
good.
Jay, this isn't
So
burning.
you get more senses involved, more your.
No.
And that's
you know,
what
it's
it's
not
about.
burning
No.
after you've had this. It's
No.
incredible.
It because your brain is now finding a similar
Okay.
smoke profile in the whiskey that it had in the Serve-A-Lot. If
It's
you have one
fabulous.
to the other, it'll just get spicy, and then
need
no.
to go
But
fast.
when you consider them,
This is really
together,
good.
it's
I
pretty
like
nice.
this combination together. Oh, we're getting a stack of cups. See, I bought a stack. All right, guys, we're running out of time. We got to keep going on this. Okay, let's keep it moving because we got, I see, a lot to eat and a lot to drink, and we've got a cooking demonstration. So I hope everyone's sticking around. If you're listening and you want to watch, go to nachumsiegel.com and you'll see us up on the home page. So we're looking forward to watching us, and click on the Abels and Hyman Facebook page and hit like, and then you will be in a drawing to win some great prizes from
Abels and
Seth
Hyman.
and from Abels and Hyman, and also send us a message.
Okay, send us a message and you'll be
Send Seth a message to Abels and Hyman saying watching Table for Two.
and one of you will be selected. And if I can make one more suggestion.
Sure.
I know you're going to try one more thing. Try the cabanossi, which is
Okay.
Let's
also
do this.
That's
smoked,
great.
dried,
You know,
aged.
we just got through, I don't know how many days of ridiculously cold weather,
Crazy.
and so I brought a wine that is Miriam Wallach's favorite.
Oh, which one's that? What does Miriam drink?
it's a port.
I knew it was going to be red.
It's a real,
That's
it's a real
fab.
Portuguese
Oh,
port,
wow.
Yeah.
and it's a great warm weather wine because it's a little bit higher in alcohol, about 16%, 18%, between 16 and 18%, and it's rich and flavorful and very sweet.
Okay.
And very
I remember
sweet.
you bought a nice sweet wine on the show the other day. It was not this one, but it was
We're going
fabulous.
to be doing
A
one
dessert
after.
wine. Yes, we
for-
have a show next week,
We
Jay.
have a show next week.
Everybody
You're
should
gonna have
be
some nice
tuning
sweet
in.
wines. I hope it'll be a happy one.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you this actually in a whiskey cup
Okay.
because port can
Yeah,
be
you
drunk
do
that
this.
way.
Okay.
Although
Okay.
it's
You
always,
hold that
it's
for
always good to do it in a
Okay.
larger cup. But
Guys, we
that's
gotta-
fine,
I'll give you another one.
Shake it up.
Okay, there you go.
All right. Thank you.
And this is
Here's another one
called
for you.
this is called Porto Cordovero.
I'm going to smell this. Oh, this is great. Nice and sweet, very rich. Can we get a glass over to Miriam over there?
Yeah, Miriam, we're going to give
Miriam needs a
Miriam a
glass.
large
Give a
cup.
large glass, maybe ZK.
Yeah, we're going to give Miriam a large.
A large glass to station manager
And
Miriam
Miriam's already
Elwalik.
got her dibs on whatever's left to take home. You know?
Yeah. I want some of this
And
stuff.
can I get one of those?
too. Okay. All right. This is
And
a
again,
little.
I
Smoky
suggest
flavor.
that everybody to smell it first.
This is really
I'm
smoky.
telling you, especially with chicken, roast chicken, it may not be as good, but with deli meat that you
Right.
eat with your hands,
Oh.
I think smelling it really will enhance the whole
Right.
experience.
And this
Okay.
is made from turkey, so it's a little healthier for you.
Little heart healthy. Okay.
That's right. And,
I'm going to eat it. Oh, yum. This is great. I always like this.
The cabanossi.
I like the big. Do you have big long sticks?
Yeah, we make
That's
the
what we used to
long
get in
sticks as
Australia
well.
also.
Right.
Now I'm going to
And
wash it down with this.
how do we drink this?
Switch it around in your tongue,
Oh.
Okay.
so all the parts of your taste buds get a piece of it.
Okay, fabulous. Guys, this is amazing. I love it.
Oh, that's delicious.
Delicious.
That is really
it all
delicious.
comes together, and this is all about
It's
marriage
sweet.
of flavors.
It's sweet,
Mm.
nice and sweet.
Yeah, very rich.
Enhances actually the flavor of that
of,
little.
of the turkey.
yeah.
Jay, will you do the honor, and Shlomo, will you do the honor of joining me? We've got a cake for you.
Oh.
For your anniversary.
Thank you.
Abels and Hyman's 60th anniversary. So from Zomix, right here in Gomek Lat.
My
Even
favorite.
better to go
Would
with
you-
the port.
Even
Wow.
better.
I'm so
So
surprised.
we get to
Thank you
taste
so
it,
much.
or we just show it?
Really a big muzzle tov. It's really great. Welcome to our family,
Thank
the
you, and
Nachum
I'm-
Siegel
I'm
Network
happy to
family.
join you.
And so, do we have time? We have about 2 minutes 2 minutes. And then I'm going to jump over to my cooking segment. I hope everyone will tune in and watch me make some hot dog challah kugel.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, the last one
We'll
I'm
do
going to
some pairings with that as well.
The last
Okay,
one I'm gonna do.
last one. Here it is. You gave me one of those.
This wine, and we've talked about this wine a lot. I don't think we've had it on your show in a long time.
Yeah, which
but
one
this
is
wine
that?
is Napa Valley Cabernet from Herzog, California.
Where I'm
And,
sure it's warm there right now, right?
It's oh gosh, I wish I was there.
I know, right?
My brother Parrots, shout out to Parrots and Goldie, just got back from California, and
They said
he
the
had a
weather-
great time at the winery.
Oh.
He had dinner there, and anybody who wants to go to the
Favorite.
winery, just let me know. And
You took care of me.
That's right. I took care of you.
We had
We'll
the
take care of
best
you
time.
too. We'll have the winemaker come out, maybe if he's around, and talk
Joe.
to you. Joe Hurleman.
Jolie Hurleman.
And
Awesome.
this Cabernet is from Napa Valley. It's a richer, sweeter, although no residual sugar.
That's
I don't
for you,
mean
my
sweeter
friend.
in that respect. I mean, it's got lots of fruit flavors. You know, you could really taste an opulent grape.
Cut the cake.
Okay, and we've got our cake. We've got to cut up our cake in a little bit. We're going to pass that around. Our first, no candles, I'm sorry.
It's okay. 60 is a lot. You know.
Yeah, 60's a lot.
Yeah.
And, there's smoke alarms here, and I'm worried about them going off in the show.
And again, put your nose to the wine.
Fabulous.
It's got almost like a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of blackberry fruit, a little bit of red cherry fruit.
Yeah,
And
that's
it
what
pops right out at you.
Very nice.
Very nice.
And I think
beautiful.
that would go with the more milder servelat.
Servelat, or even a
yeah.
salami.
Or even a salami,
Which
exactly.
is not as smoked as
And by the way, I have to tell you, I know
Go
you're
ahead.
talking about
Right,
your
we've
meats
got-
and all that stuff.
Yes.
But my favorite mustard is yours.
Thank you. Thank you
it's
very
really
much.
true. Your
We're gonna do a whole
sauces and
mustard.
mustards thing.
They are phenomenal.
It's amazing.
Can you stick around,
We
Jay?
care about what we
I'm
do,
gonna-
and
you
when
kidding
we
me?
do
I'm not going to miss
something,
this for the world.
when we do something, we make sure that we do
So
it right.
we're going to just jump over to the cooking station. If
Great.
you can stick around, I'll make you,
You
because
got
you're
it.
already flashing, I'll make you a wrap with some amazing hod golan meats.
Okay.
And hod golan, is it hod golan's mustards? No, it's
no, Abel's and
It's
Hyman.
Abel and Snyman. And maybe we'll get
Abel's
some
and
wine to
Hyman
go with it, huh?
mustards. Okay, so
some
you
more
prepare the wine.
You got it.
Seth, why don't you come around with me and join me at my cooking table?
would love to.
I've got no wires. Amazing. I can walk around. Last time I was tripping on the wires. Thanks to the amazing engineering team. ZK, you fitted me out good with this lovely little microphone. Okay. I'm going to this was the Cabernet, not Cabernet Sauvignon. Okay, great. All right, so we're going to make some nice and easy. Thank you. All right, we're going to make now a hot dog kugel. I know. Don't knock it till you try it. It's fabulous. Okay. This is nice and hot. I've got my oven nice and hot. Can we get do we have here, can I use this? And I'm going to use this. These are my servalots. You can use any of Abel's and Hyman's amazing products for this. You can use the hot dogs. I use the garlic sticks. They were amazing and very full of flavor when I was developing this recipe. A lot of people, it's on Instagram if people want to take a look. I'm going to you need kind of like a deep dish pan. I've got this deep pan over here. I'm going to let that get nice and hot. Make sure it's on high, very high. Okay, I'm going to pour my oil in it. Extra virgin olive oil. I always use that. If you don't want to, you don't like that very olivey taste that it has, you can use regular olive oil, and you can use canola if you want also. Okay, for some reason, my little thing has come out. Okay, it was hot till about 4 seconds ago. Okay, so that's going to get nice and hot now, and we're going to start sauteing in some onions. And then I'm going to open up. I've got 2 recipes I'm going to be doing with the serve-a-lot. You see, I'm serve-a-lot. Now that I've had it, I'm like addicted.
No,
Come. You can come around, Seth. You can hang out.
I think it was Bart Simpson who said you don't make friends with salad. So
Yeah, that's very funny.
when you're having company, make sure you serve a lot.
Or you can have salad with serve-a-lot. There you go.
Fine, you can have salad with serve.
Salad with serve-a-lot.
Am I on? I'm off camera, but I want to know, where did you get the name, or where does the name Serve-a-Lot come from?
Oh, yes.
If you were here earlier, you
I'm
would have
sorry,
heard.
I missed
okay.
it.
Serve-a-lot
Jay-
actually originates from Switzerland. It's a sausage that was created in the 1500s, and it made its way to Germany, where they changed the name. They called it Rawwurst because it's a cold smoked sausage. The process is a 3-day process to
Okay.
make. I'll let Naomi take over.
Okay.
A servolat is French for rollwurst. It's
There
a
you
French
go.
word.
I've cut off the rest of the servolat, but there's the hanging string
It's a French word, so.
there's the hanging string that it came with. So we're just going to toss that out underneath. Okay. Now I'm just going to move the handle there. I'm going to cut down the servolat or your hot dogs, any kind of Abel's and Hyman's delicious products you can use in this. They're hot dog products. And you've got some without all the
We.
yeah, you got it. You're staying
I'm
around.
sorry.
You're
I'm
sticking
sorry.
with me.
For
this
those,
is your show, man.
For
We're doing
those
this.
who are concerned about feeding their children nitrites, which are preservatives, we make a reduced fat and sodium, no nitrite added, hot dog, knockwurst, mini cocktails, which your kids love. And again, you talk about science, and what we do is we take celery.
I'm just going.
I'm
just going to throw in the onions to start them cooking up while you continue talking.
We use celery powder, which is a natural nitrite, which is probably why your grandmother used it when she was making her chicken soup, and she didn't realize it at the time. But what she was doing was she was curing the chicken soup.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what celery does.
Huh.
And when you add cherry powder to the cherry actually activates the celery, and it's a natural form of a nitrite, which is different from the chemical nitrites that we use for.
I think you're a
other
scientist.
preservatives. Not yet. One day, maybe.
This is,
You really have to know a lot about meat in order.
But food science is a whole, art form.
It is.
This is like fabulous.
It's like making wine or scotch
Right.
or
Right.
or
We were
bourbon.
talking before about
it's a process.
Processes.
Correct.
Okay, so I've got my onions cooking up nicely. I don't know if you can hear. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us here at Table for Two in Gourmet Glatt Emporium in Cedarhurst. Now, I've got my onions cooking up over here. I wish everyone could smell it because there is nothing like the smell of onions cooking. My grandmother used to say a geprägelte Zwiebeln in Yiddish. Everything starts off with a geprägelte Zwiebeln. Okay, now I'm going to throw in, so easy, it's only a couple of ingredients. My chopped up servolat. Now, if you can let it hang for a day, that would be great. I did not let this hang. I'm going straight for it.
Which you can do as well.
Right, which is great in a recipe as well.
Exactly.
It's just more intensified when you're eating it with some plain. Okay. Okay, already looks good. Having the microphone adjusted. Okay, not stirring that up. Yeah, can you hear me? Okay, I'm just sauteing up my onions and my servolat. Now I'm going to add in chestnuts. People don't use chestnuts enough. I love chestnuts. And these all the work has been done for you. You buy them, they're a product from, I was going to say Israel, but it says product of China because it says Galil on it. But they are imported into the US. And look, let me just show everybody what they are. They've already been cooked and peeled, which makes it so much easier for all of us. Wait, I felt some more in there, but you actually need 4 packages, okay? So we're gonna just smell it, Seth.
I hope my wife is watching because I'm not a cook.
Really? My husband doesn't make nothing. He wouldn't even know how to make a hot dog.
I can make eggs.
Yeah.
With salami.
Oh, we still.
Am I on? Doesn't make nothing means he makes something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's V.
Double negatives,
No, he can make toast and cream cheese.
Doesn't make nothing.
Just want to remind everybody again to come down to Gourmet Glatt because we're giving away the Abels and Hyman servolats for the first 70 or so people that stop by.
Can we get this on camera? Oh, hello. Big shout out. My Aunt Marilyn Atlas from Sydney, Australia is here in the store. She's come to visit us in the coldest winter in 20 years. So we are just cooking up some sauteed onions and some servolat and some yummy hazelnuts.
That looks delicious.
Chestnuts. Okay. Now we're going to turn this into a little bit more of a kugeli style. I'm taking some fresh challah, about 2 cups worth of fresh challah. It's going to be a little bit like a stuffing almost. I'm going to saute that in for just a minute. Okay, cooking that up. Now we're going to add in some Imagine no chicken broth. You can use any kind of broth. I'm not a fan of the powders and waters, so I like to use the organic broths, or Imagine makes one, and just toss that in. Now I'm going to use about half of it, which is about 2 cups, and I'm going to fill it up. I'm actually going to eyeball it. This is really a delicious, easy recipe to make. Okay, we're turning that and spinning it around. We want to fill it up a little bit past the challah line, the top of the challah line. So it's maybe even more. Yeah, I'm going to end up using the whole box. Not 2 cups, but I'm using 4 cups. This recipe will be on my blog, on my website, theaussiegourmet.com. I hope that you'll check it out with some fabulous, and maybe you'll put it on your.
I will definitely
on your
put it on my Facebook
yours
page.
as well, your Facebook page as well. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour it into. See, that it's almost done. That's how easy this is.
That is.
We're going to add a little bit of salt, because I love a little salt. Brings all the flavors together. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take our. I'm just going to grab this. I call this casserole dish. It's a casserole dish. We're going to pretend this is a casserole dish. A nice oven to tableware is great. And I'm going to pour it into here. Now it looks very liquidy, but what's going to happen here is you're going to add in the rest of the cut up cubes of fresh challah, and that will absorb the extra liquid, and it's going to roast up now in the oven and become crispy and delicious, and you're going to bite into it and you're going to get a bite of bread that's been marinating in this beautiful liquid, and with the chestnuts and the servelat. It's a great dish for a nice hot day. A nice hot dish for a cold day.
That really looks delicious.
Okay, so wait till it comes out and it's crispy and hot on top. It toasts up amazing. And
Jay, what type of wine would you serve with this?
can I just say one thing, that this is a really great dish for Friday night also, and it reheats up really well. Okay, so that's very nice. We're going to send this off to the oven and we're going to cook that up. Okay.
Today we a lot of people know about Ramon Cordova Rioja, and Ramon Cordova is a Rioja from Spain. Rioja is a place, and only certain grapes can be used in Rioja in order to make Rioja wine. But today we're going to serve something called Grenache, also from Spain, but it is the Grenache grape, which in America we call the Grenache. The Grenache grape.
Always
and it's
something
often
to
found, it's originated and often found in southern France, but the Grenache in Spain is richer, thicker, more flavorful. And I think that if you're going to take servelat and you're going to take chestnuts, which is a very rich and thick kind of nut, and then put it all together with those wonderful onions that you sauteed, this should be a great, delicious wine to go with it.
Okay, fabulous. Okay, you're going to...
And if I may suggest, don't hit me, because we didn't plan this.
But
Jay. Next time, maybe add a little bit. I don't care if it's just,
Give it to me. Open it up. We're throwing it in. Jay, I love that. We're all about cooking on the fly here. We're right here live in Cedarhurst in Gourmet Glatt. I'm taking, if the camera can follow me, I'm taking this fabulous wine, and at the end, it's like a finishing. Like a little finishing. Oh, that would be absolutely fabulous.
Great. And we talk about everybody.
Before we get to splash, and while you talk,
ladies and gentlemen,
I'm going to cut up my servelat.
Great. Ladies and gentlemen often get the question, when they get a recipe to cook with wine, and we've talked about this many times.
Only wine you drink.
Exactly.
No cooking wines. None of those cooking wines.
Use the wine that you're going to cook with, because most recipes only require a half a cup, at most a cup.
Yep.
And so you still have 3 or 3.5 cups left drink the rest with the meal that you use the same wine
And
for.
it complements it so nicely.
really does.
So when we're going to eat this tonight, I'm going to be serving this Rioja. Am I saying it?
Rioja.
Rioja. Right, because there's no J. Right.
O-H-H-A. That's how it
Okay,
sounds.
this is the
For those
dried
of you who don't
servalotte.
know, Jay was an English teacher as well before he got into it.
And I went to school in
you couldn't
Australia.
tell by my marks, that's for sure.
This is the dried out servalotte.
That is dried out.
This is like a little find that I discovered.
Right.
Actually, a friend of mine told me when I told her that, I was telling a friend of mine, Apples and Hyman is going to be sponsoring my show for a year. She goes, oh my God, there's servalotte with bone sucking sauce.
Oh.
So she didn't know that I'm obsessed with bone sucking sauce. I marinate a lot of stuff in it. As much as I love to make my own marinades, sometimes you're in a bit of a hurry, and when Gourmet Glatt has these amazing sales, I buy like 5 things of bone sucking sauce. So this is dried out for about how many days?
That's about 2 weeks.
2 weeks, so it's nice and dry, has a bit of a, I don't want to say pruny looking skin, but that's fabulous. That's what we want.
And that's a great dish for Super Bowl Sunday. You can make up the chips with the bone sucking sauce on it. And
Let's see if I can get the peel
everyone's
off.
going to love it. Oh,
It's
it
much
comes.
harder to, yeah,
No, it peels
actually
nicely.
comes off. I thought it might be a bit hard to peel off. It's a little.
The
Not as-
casings actually, you talk about science. The casings are protein coated, so that
Really?
it sticks
Oh.
to the meat, and when it dries, it adheres to the meat. But when you peel it, you're able to peel it off as well.
Yeah, that's
without ripping off the meat.
slices up.
Oops.
Whoa,
Seth.
we lost one.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Seth,
That was
wasn't
the
there
garbage.
a time when the casings were edible as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that a little
I
bit?
certainly can talk
Okay,
about
well,
it.
but I just want to say one thing while you're going to talk, because I want to get this cooked up, because I want people here to try it. I've just sliced up my servalotte. I'm literally putting it. I'm going to make that one a bit thinner. You can make them as thin or as thick as you want.
I recommend thin only because when you put them in the oven, they tend to curl up. So if you put the bone sucking sauce on top of it, you're sort of creating a cup for the bone sucking sauce.
Oh, nice. So
Yeah.
what I'm going to do is, I had bone sucking sauce right here, and I'm just going to, while that's getting nice and hot, I'm going to just, here Jay, can you open this for me? Or Seth? My hands are like a little greasy from the touching a lot of raw meat. Okay, so I'm just going to spoon a little bit on. You hear that sizzle? I love that sizzle. It's nice and hot. And you're just going to cook this up for a couple of minutes, and it's
And
amazingly.
you can't smell it on the on the visual.
No smell-o-vision.
But
But what I do is I do it for a couple of minutes on a grill pan. You can see my pan has lines, just smearing it around. Last night I used a brush. Okay. And I'm just going to cook that up. Couple of minutes on each side. It will be absolutely fantastic. You had something you wanted to say?
No, I just love the smell of it. It's unfortunate that people who are watching it can't smell it.
Can't smell it.
And again,
my
like we
tongue.
talked about before, when eating it, smell it first. Involve all of your senses, as many of your senses as you can. HaKadosh Baruch Hu was good enough to give it to us, so let's use them.
Exactly.
And we say we eat with our eyes too.
That's right.
So, okay, my next thing I would like to make, while we're on a roll here, and I have, told everyone I'd make you some sandwiches, guys. So we need to get some of that really thin cut,
So the ultra thin.
the ultra thin, whatever you like. What do you like?
My favorite is a smoked turkey.
Okay, so Miriam will grab us some smoked turkey. It's straight up aisle 7 in the deli meat showcase.
That's right.
Hod Golan amazingly slices. They slice their meat so thin in
Paper
Israel.
thin.
Paper thin, literally. It's crazy.
It is.
Okay, so let's talk about the sauces, because this is I find this amazing.
By the way, I could smell that over here, and that is just phenomenal.
Isn't this
I
great?
feel sorry for the listening and viewing audience that they can't
But
be
they
here
can
to.
run down to the store now
They can,
and grab
and
some.
they cannot-
2 ingredient recipes.
And we're giving away
Why
several.
scratch and sniff.
we're giving-
Howie Klagsman, thank you for that.
And we're giving
Gourmet
away
Glatt.
servalots for free. So
And
hurry down.
servalots. Come grab servalots. I'll be giving them out. Okay, so when we had the fabulous tour of your factory,
Sure.
you said, Naomi, you got to try some of my products, and you loaded me up with servalots, but you also gave me your sauces.
Correct.
I'm a big sauce person. I like my bone stocking sauce for marinades.
Sweet and
This
tangy.
sweet and tangy is unreal. I could not get over this.
Yeah.
So all the others are fabulous. Also, we've got sandwich dressing, and we've got the horseradish sauce. You mix this with some honey honey mustard.
Or you could have it by itself. It is spicy, it's hot, and it goes great with roast beef
And you
or...
pour this over chicken and bake it with chicken.
Right.
So I thought that was really good. And of course, deli style mustard, which we can't have. And it's fun. You know what I did after I met you is I had a few friends over for Shabbos. And I made I made a platter of all the different delis and hot dogs. We actually ate some of the hot dogs. I put them on the blech. And I did a whole tasting menu of all the sauces and all the deli. And it was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed it. I'm just going to lower this because I don't want the...
One, if I could point out another
Sure.
nice feature about Hud Go On, besides being the leader in the industry,
grill marks.
oh, that's beautiful, for
right.
sliced turkey, their packages are resealable.
Oh, I like that.
So if you don't finish the entire package, which is hard to do anyway,
Yeah.
just put it back and you can keep it in your
I
refrigerator.
got screamed at by my daughter Gabriella yesterday because she took 3/4 of it and left 1/4 of it. She was going to eat it like as a nash after school. I finished it. She was like, "Who ate my deli?"
Naomi, I'm glad it's early. I'm glad it's early in the morning because so that way it won't totally ruin my Shabbos dinner tonight.
No, this will be your breakfast.
This is my breakfast.
Breakfast of champions right here on Table for Two.
And since you're
in
doing,
gourmet glatt. I'm making some.
I want to do a plug here. Since you're doing turkey, all right,
Yeah.
and we just brought out a brand new wine.
Oh, that looks great.
It's Baron Herzog Chardonnay. And
Fabulous.
at under $15, you can get it in some places for as low as 12 or 13. It's really a delicious glass of wine. And it goes great with white meats. I have a big soapbox that I talk about all the time. I don't think we drink enough white wine.
I agree with you.
Thank you, me too.
There you go.
I don't think we drink enough wine. How's that?
Wine for breakfast. No,
But
we
hand
love
serve
white
a lot.
wine.
Here's a great bottle of white wine. It's it's not Baron Herzog, it's the wine stock. And L'chaim.
L'chaim.
We already made the bracha, so I'm going to just...
Okay, so
And
I'm...
if I could just point out something
Yeah,
else.
and I'm gonna
Start layering
I'm gonna
this
start
on.
doing mustard because
Firstly, the aroma, the smell of the smoked turkey is phenomenal, and I'll let the two of you smell it as well. But you could see how it's sliced. It's sliced paper thin, which
Okay.
is really...
Can
sure.
I use one? And it's like rolled up.
Right.
So you just kind of lift one out.
The
Well-
whole thing will come out.
The whole thing will come out. Okay,
Sure.
so I'm gonna take actually the whole thing.
And smell it as well. You'll smell that it's...
My mouth is watering. Wait till we have it with the wine. Okay, so you can do this for Shabbos for lunch, and I'm going to show you how it makes a cute little Shabbos day presentation. Or my daughter Gabriella has this almost every day for lunch.
And it's healthy.
And
Was
it's
that
healthy.
deli roll?
I'm literally making a deli roll. Now, this is how the Nachman family eats it.
Big shout out to Sarah Buxbaum, who makes our deli roll at home.
But like this.
No,
not like this.
my wife doesn't put pickles in, but it looks great.
Okay.
That looks good.
This is good. We know how to make sandwiches, us Nachmans. Okay. And I take tomatoes because there's no such thing as a sandwich without a tomato.
What's a tomato?
I think you say tomato. I can't bring myself to do it. I still say oregano also. So now I take 4 slices of tomato, and then I've got, the fabulous Gourmet Glatt has ready check lettuce to me. You know what? It's such a lifesaver. If I don't have the time to wash it myself and check it, I actually have a bug light at home.
Wow.
But I buy it here. It's great price for all the work that is involved with this. So you don't have to worry about bugs. So I just take one piece, slice
If I
it.
didn't love Elizabeth, I'd move out here just for Gourmet Glatt's delicious...
I know, it's
You
great.
know what? I used to live out here for about 17 years, and we miss this store because this is Gourmet Glatt. There is nothing in the kosher world like Gourmet Glatt.
There you go.
It is true. And now I'm going to make my little wrap. Okay. That tomato snuck out. Maybe I overpacked it, but an overpacked sandwich is good. And then you just grab in the sides. I'm just going to make the lettuce a little. Just tuck it in on the sides and roll it up. And then you have a really good. Now the key is to squeeze it down. See, I'm squeezing it down, and then you look at that.
Oh, that looks
Okay,
incredible.
I'm sorry. You can in a restaurant they would charge you $15 for that.
I think so.
Right? Look at that. We got a little bit of everything. You know what? I also like red onion. I know you don't like red onion, but I would put some red onion in that.
Get heartburn from
Yeah,
that.
tomatoes and red onions
Remember
go
that.
great.
Amazing.
Okay, so this is a delicious sandwich.
And it's a great, easy snack to make for the kids when they want some lunch or something in
And you
between lunch
can
and dinner.
make so for Shabbos day you can just slice it, up more, and then you'll have like here I'll show on one of them. You can make like bite size. It's almost looking like sushi.
And again, you know what, Naomi? That will be another perfect food for Super Bowl Sunday.
Super Bowl Sunday. This is what we're going to do. And if you're trying to watch your carbs instead of having the hero, you can make these kind of things. And the tangy sauce, you can't eat a sandwich without sauce.
Yes.
No way. You must have a sauce in a sandwich. So here, you can have these as Shabbos lunch, or you can have them for a school lunch, work lunch. You've got a really great sandwich to make. So we've done today 3 delicious recipes. I think we're
and simple
running out of
recipes.
some simple, easy recipes that you can make. They're cost effective. They go well with great wines. If you guys, can I offer you to try a cooked serve-a-lot with
I'd
some
love
of the
to.
wines?
Yes, I would love to
And then
try
I'm
these.
going to scooch back up into the table, and I'm going to ask Howie Klagsbrand to join us for a little bit up at the stand, and we can cut up and put our table. I'm sorry, Jay, I'm just walking around, and you're listening to Table for Two with Naomi Nachman on the Nachum Siegel Network. Okay, we are right here having a live
really good.
demonstration in Gourmet Glatt Emporium. Thank you, Gourmet Glatt, for hosting this kickoff event for Abels and Hyman Hod Golan 60th anniversary party. We have a very messy table, which is a good thing because it means we had a lot of fun here. We've had some wine pairings with royal wines. We've had some amazing tastings of Abels and Hyman Hod Golan meats. In fact, the guys are still at the table eating all the delicious food. So thank you everyone for tuning in and listening. I'm looking for Howie Klagsbrand, paging Howie Klagsbrand to Table for Two. We've gone from Table for Two to table. Hi, Howie.
I think we should
Okay, do we need a microphone? Howie, come here. Yeah, come on this side. Would you like a glass of whiskey or wine? Because it's been quite a day here for us at Table for
I've
Two.
been watching. I'm good, thank you.
Okay, yeah, Jay's offering you some wine. Okay, how's the meat over there, guys?
Oh, it was phenomenal.
Okay, I don't know if you have microphones. Okay, we're getting the thumbs up. We're getting the thumbs up. Okay,
A nice wine would have gone with that.
a nice wine. Well, Seth, I think Jay's going to pour out some wine to eat with that. And we're going to cut up your anniversary cake. It's been incredible. Howie,
Yes,
thank you.
you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for coming in.
I really appreciate it. We're having a lot of fun here.
We love hosting you.
Thank you. You
Welcome to
know, last
Gourmet
week.
Glatt.
Thank you. I feel like I live here.
You always do.
It's crazy. You know, last week we were supposed to have the show live here, and till we decided what we were going to do, it was crazy, and everyone handled it very well.
What a difference a week makes, huh?
I was nervous as all you know what last week. So really, you pulled it off, and here we are enjoying you and Chani Yoeli, Moshe Ratner. It's been an incredible experience working with you guys, and we got some great exciting news that you're going to be sponsoring the What's for Dinner segment.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah,
Looking
so
forward to seeing
every
that.
week on Table for Two, I always have the What's for Dinner segment where I share a recipe, and that's going to come from Gourmet Glatt. All
Right.
the ingredients that I talk about and everything is, so that's all,
Are you
thank
going to be
you.
cooking here every week then?
Cooking here every week, I don't know, I'm going to tell people how to cook it at home
Okay.
every week. How about
Got
that?
it. Deal.
We're going to do a couple more shows together during the year.
Okay, good.
So we're all, we welcomed Seth to the Nachum Siegel family, and now Gourmet Glatt and Table for Two are hooking up also. So we're
Right.
really excited about that.
Seth just got this message from a listener right now.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Seth got this message right now. Do you deliver to the Netherlands? Oh my God. They're listening in the Netherlands. That's crazy. Thank you. Do you even know who that is? That's
but they're registered to win.
that's wow. Hopefully we can get
CC
them
me
out
on that
there.
response, okay? I don't think my vans go there.
Depends on the the customs. But you know what? Winter break's coming up. I'll go there and deliver them some serve-a-lot, okay? Okay, so welcome Howie and thank you for everything. So it's always a lot of fun being here in Gourmet Glatt, and I've noticed quite a lot of changes. You know, Chani Freeman has joined the Gourmet Glatt team, the wonderful PR
Indeed.
representative
She's doing a great job.
for Gourmet Glatt, and I noticed the first change right away we have to talk about coffee.
That was a big one, yeah. When we redid certain things in the store, one of the counters that unfortunately was a victim of no space was the coffee counter, and the intention was to put one back in, but in the interim, we just didn't have where to put it. And customers kept asking for coffee. And we said, okay, we have to respond. So we have an interim coffee station, and it's a great machine. I think there's cappuccino in there, and there's hot cocoa, and there's regular coffee.
It saved me.
Yeah,
I was going to die this morning. I came in, I had my coffee, I was much better.
Yeah, customers love it. It's a great feature, and we're going to keep it free. And customers love drinking. Well, we used to have the sign that said "Shop and Sip, Sip and Shop," something like that.
Sip and shop. So
Right.
now, literally, as soon as those lids come in, we'll be able to sip
Absolutely,
and shop.
absolutely.
But they have, you can make yourself a cappuccino, a hot chocolate, a vanilla cafe. That's what I've been drinking.
Self-serve.
Yeah, so you just make yourself a cup of coffee and you do your shopping nice and relaxed. The coffee calms you down. So that was a great initiative. The other thing I love is that concierge service.
You know, the concierge service is interesting. We just put a name to a service which you've always provided here at Gourmet Glatt.
Yeah.
Last week, if you remember the insanity that was going on prior to the storm, you were here during that.
Oh my God. I
ca-
actually used a shopping cart instead of a wagon because you could not move in the store.
The customers that
God.
knew, shopped their orders, brought it to customer service. They had an account online in our system. We scanned it out, sent it in the van. They didn't have to wait. Concierge, you couldn't get better than that. We scan it, we box it, ship it to your door, into the kitchen, done. Concierge implies the services that we do. Customers come to me all the time with pictures on their phones, an app. Can you get me this item? They'll come to you with an empty package. Can you get me this product? And that's, of course, my challenge always to find
Yeah.
the supplier, how to get a supplier that's on the other side of the country, a small little company, and how to get the merchandise here. But that's my challenge. That's,
Right,
you know,
we're trying to, I've spoken about this before, and I have an Australia Day show coming up in a couple of weeks in honour of Australia Day, which is in late January. And I always used to sneak in Solomon's soup nuts, or otherwise known as Solomon's sippets.
Right.
And I used to put like 10 bags, I used to line the top of a suitcase with it. And now you guys have it in Gourmet Glatt. And the minute I saw it, I took a picture of it. I wasn't tweeting then, but I put it on Facebook and I tagged all my Australian friends across the United States. Look what Gourmet Glatt has, and it was like really exciting.
It was an instant hit. It's a good item.
Yeah.
Customers really like it. It's a little bit different than your typical soup mini mandel that everyone just habitually buys. You get something different. Try something, shake it up a little bit.
Maybe don't
Change
bring
it
in
up.
Vegemite. Americans won't like Vegemite.
Okay, I'll have to remember that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Tim Tams. Everybody, we want Tim Tams. I know that you have texted me
Right.
when people are asking for this iconic Australian cookie or biscuit, as we say. So we're going to try to work on that. But
It's a question of whether someone wants to bring in the initial load of the product, and then I have to procure it into the store.
I'll order entire pallet. I keep it in my freezer.
Bring it on. We'll carry it here.
All
in the
right,
store.
great. All right, so there's lots of other exciting things that you've got going on. You want to share with us this what this little pile
this
is over
Parsha
here?
Candy. This is Parsha Candy. Is a recent introduction into the store. It's fantastic. I can't tell you how many times customers have stopped me and thanked me for putting this together. I actually can't take credit for the questions.
Who does the questions?
There's Yechiel Weberman, Rabbi Weberman, he's a local teacher, Rebbe in some of the yeshivas here. He's just a fantastic, energetic, fantastic guy, and he came to me with a suggestion, and I said, okay, let's run with it, and it's been
So
great.
explain what it is.
He prepares a question. Here you have, for instance, he says, part of the challenge of keeping the kids at the table on Shabbos is keeping them interested. So if you save certain items for last, who doesn't like candy? All the kids love candy. So if you keep them interested till the end and you have candy, they know it's coming, so of course they're at the table. Here's an item called gummy bones, and see if you could attach this to the parsha. What would gummy bones have to do with our parsha?
Okay, what is the parsha this week? Can anyone tell me?
Okay, it's B'Shalach.
Beshalach.
Okay, so we know in the beginning of the parsha, Moshe Rabbeinu was busy with taking Yosef's remains out
Yeah.
of Mitzrayim. So here you have gummy bones, right? What a great concept.
I never
right?
even saw that
Right?
before.
A simple thing like you connect it and it makes the kids think. This is a pretzel rod.
A pretzel rod.
Why a pretzel rod?
What has that got to do with the parsha?
Well,
I hear
tell
you
me,
ask.
Right? So pretzel rod, Moshe Rabbeinu had a rod, he had a staff that he used to do the makos and so on. And this is representative
Of the
of
rod.
Moshe's staff, right? Saltwater taffy was another one. Why
Saltwater
saltwater taffy?
Yeah.
Saltwater.
Salt water.
Yam Suf.
Yam Suf, very
Suf.
cute.
We went through
Splitting
Yam
a Ram
Suf.
Suf.
Yeah, splitting Yam Suf,
Right, because
exactly.
so is it like Shabbat Shira, right?
It's Shabbat Shira, right?
Right.
So they split the Yam Suf and the
I'm
Yam
making
Suf is
challah
salt water.
baskets out of challah.
There you go. So there's we have a table with all these candies on it, just suggestions. Obviously anyone can improvise what they want. There's a Parsha question sheet with, depending on the week, there'll be a few different items on there. And everyone's welcome to pick it up. And just suggestions as we put out candies that we think would correspond to the question.
That is so clever.
And,
now, where is this located within Gourmet Glatt?
it's right in the end of aisle 7. Opposite the Pepsi Cola rack. At the end
Okay,
of the
so
freezers,
right
there's a
near our
table.
makeshift studio, actually.
Absolutely, it's
Fantastic.
I can see it from here.
Okay, I think I can't see it from my. Okay, so you have the questions, and when do these come out? Like not just Thursday.
I try to get them set up already on Wednesday.
Yeah.
We try to work a few weeks ahead so that we could actually. My schedule's kind of busy. I have to tweak the questions and make them all work and so on, and make sure I have the proper candies, and we have to order it in and so on. So usually by Wednesday it's out. Worst case scenario by Thursday morning it's out. I can't tell you how many customers have stopped me and they say, "Wow, what a great idea! My kids love it. It's fantastic.
It's
Thank you."
so clever.
So really, thank you, Rabbi Weberman, for coming up with this ingenious idea. It's really fantastic. That's another item. What else did you want to ask? There was
Okay,
some other
yeah,
things you
we
had.
had a few things. You know what? You've got, before I was talking about the Czech lettuce.
Right.
You've seen that in supermarkets now for the last, 15 years. As we learn more and we've, learn about the bugs and our technology is getting better and we see bugs in places we never saw them before. But asparagus, I noticed the other day you had checked asparagus.
Indeed. We have a fantastic team here. We have a special department downstairs where they check many different kinds of produce, vegetables, kale. We're going to get checked kale.
Checked kale?
We have pre-checked kale. They're now checking asparagus as well, green and white. So I personally have been down there and watched as they check, and sometimes I look and I'm like shocked because I think I know what I'm looking for, and when I see what they're pulling out of things, I go, "Oh my gosh!"
Oh God!
So it's a fantastic service.
Because kale's very popular right now. The
Very
kale
popular.
chips. People are making their homemade kale chips now.
We have your kale chips actually on top of the produce department. With I think 6 different varieties of kale chips.
Kale chips?
Yeah,
Wow,
I
I
can't
started-
say I've personally tried them. It's
Okay,
just
so
not my
I started
thing.
making them at home. I just clean up some kale, or I can buy my ready checked kale.
Right.
Make sure it's very dry, allow you on parchment paper, a bit of olive oil, a bit of kosher salt, 400 degrees, you've got your own.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I think we just went there.
What?
The mic
No,
just
we're
went.
okay.
You good? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, there's a little buzzy sound going on over here. Okay, not from us, so we'll just continue right here in Gourmet Glatt, table for 2.
I'm off.
Okay. All right. So I did
we have
notice
a
the whole.
fantastic
Is it
department.
like a lab down there? I would imagine
about.
like white coats, goggles, lab, special lighting.
Almost. We have special lighting, and they've got light bars, light tables, and the amount of the way they wash it, and then they think it's soaked clean, spin dried. It's just an amazing process, and
I'd love to
we
see
have
that.
we have Rabbi Ari Green, who
Okay.
is bar none. I've never seen eyes like that. When he could spot.
You can find things.
He's got loops, and he really, people who've questioned, you really need to check that, and come, let me show you something, and he'll point
Oh
it
no!
out. So.
So you can buy all these products right here in Gourmet Glatt.
Absolutely. We'll
So
check
if
them
I-
for you, and we don't have package checked. If you want something checked,
Yeah,
they'll do it for you on the
that's what I was
spot.
going to ask you. If I have scallions and I want scallions checked,
They have them. They have all the cilantro, basil, all that. The herbs are all pre-checked in a Gourmet Glatt. If it's got a Gourmet Glatt sticker on it,
it's checked.
that means it's checked already.
So
if it's
if-
just plain herbs, fresh herbs, it means it's not checked. You got to check
Do
it yourself.
scallions need to be checked? I think.
Absolutely.
So could I ask your mashkiach to check them for me?
Yeah,
do
we
they
have
do
them. We
that?
have them pre-checked. But if you don't see it out, just ask. And
they'll
that's part of the
check it.
concierge service.
such
You
a
don't see
great-
what you want, ask.
And I know, when,
Just yesterday, we had that
Yeah,
customer
yeah.
who was looking for an item. She wanted a specific pizza sauce, and you said, "Hey, let me recommend something else," right? And you recommended.
I should work here.
Right. Yeah.
I do now.
And you recommended what was that the Geffen marinara
The
sauce?
Geffen marinara sauce, my favorite.
Right, and then she
pasta
contacted you
sauce.
to tell you that it was just fantastic. Yeah, that's the Geffen pasta sauces are great. They procure them from a real small boutique tomato company. It's not a mass-produced tomato product. Look at
Really?
the ingredients. There's a minimal amount of ingredients in there, as compared to some of the other brands that you see. And it's just a great, great tomato product. It's kosher Pesach, 52 weeks a year.
It's great. When you have them on sale, I literally buy 20 at a time. I
Yeah,
keep them
they're
in my
great.
basement. And we go fast. We go through them
It's
fast.
a good product.
Yeah, it's a great product. That's definitely one of my favorites. I like all the different things that you've got going on over there. The whole new chocolate section over there. I'm always looking for that fancy chocolate, the Noblesse. And you set up all these nice Israeli chocolates.
Yeah, we have a beautiful chocolate department. When I go to shows, I'm always looking for that find item. Right? I think we pointed out some last time. We had that pomegranate infused balsamic vinegar.
That was
Remember that?
crazy.
That was a great one. And I found few new chocolate companies that are OU, and I think OU, another one was the OK, and actually one of the chocolates won Best Chocolate in America for 3 years in a row. It's a fantastic chocolate.
And it's not a Jewish company.
Not a Heimish brand at all.
But they have a kosher certification.
Kosher certification, yeah. And then, we're constantly promoting the elite brands and Schmerling. Do a lot of Schmerling in this store. Yontif time, I always run it on sale, and we do crazy volume on that product. All the Schmerling chocolates.
Okay, so I know, especially Pesach time, and I hate to keep bringing up Pesach, but it's like 90-something days to go. You know that. I know. Thank God for the extra Adar. Pesach is my busiest time of the year. So now we were talking before about special requests. The latest buzzword in food is gluten-free, gluten-free, gluten-free. All I'm hearing it more and more. Vicky Pearl has come out with an amazing cookbook. She's going to be she's going to give us a giveaway for her book in a couple of months when it comes out. But I found that interesting that when I was even preparing for this morning and I was getting some stuff from the, I don't know, I can't remember what I needed, but I noticed all the flours that are gluten-free.
There's a lot of gluten-free products out today.
Gums that you need.
Right, flour and so on. Gluten-free is a product, is a necessity. It's not a choice. People that need gluten-free need the gluten-free diet. It's not that they chose to pick, for whatever reason, they want to go gluten-free. And the market forces have really stepped up the demand on the quality, and today there's a lot of quality products out there in the gluten-free category. But the next big buzzword,
let's hear it. You heard it here first on Table for Two in Gourmet Glatt. Let's go, Howie. What's the latest buzz?
I've been seeing it on the industry sites and in the publications. Non-GMO is huge.
Non-GMO, yeah, I'm hearing that all the time.
Genetically modified foods. And
can you explain exactly what that means in the
I
last 2
don't
minutes
know enough on the subject to be able to really speak to it with any degree of authority. If the word genetically modified food scares you, okay, it should. And there's a big push out there today to really come up with non-GMO, and you see it already on a lot of labels. I know Cheerios just came out with a non-GMO, I heard that yesterday, a non-GMO product. And I keep mentioning it to the Heimish brands, and I'm saying, listen, guys, portion control, fat-free, sugar-free, healthier foods, and so on. I said the next thing that we're going to be hearing about for the next 10 years, it's going to be massive, is non-GMO.
Yep.
So, I'll urge customers to read up on it. And if you see foods and hear things that are specifics that you'd be interested in, that I can get my hands on, that's part of the concierge service. We'll try to get them for you. But it's a buzzword here in the back office where we do all the buying. Non-GMO is a live subject, and it's something which I'm driving, because I just feel like if I could do things and my purchases that'll direct customers to a healthier food product, I feel an obligation to do that.
I think that we're going to have to dedicate some time to that, and maybe we can, on our next show in a couple of months, we can talk a little bit more about that, because I think that is a hot topic for discussion. You are listening to Table for Two on the Nachum Siegel Network. We've had an incredible show. Our show was sponsored by the Gourmet Glatt Emporium, the team right out here in Cedarhurst. And of course, it was to kick off our amazing start-off year with Abels and Hyman and Hodgola. Where are you, Seth? Okay, come sit
Seth,
with me.
Come back in the screen.
Jay Buxbaum from Royal Wine, Shlomo Blashka, the incredible team that was here. Okay. Thank you very much for joining us right here today for your 60th anniversary. We have the anniversary cake done by Zomix, so a big thank you to them for. We'll have a l'chaim and some cake shared around, and we've got some samples from your meats.
Right, we have giveaways.
Stick around for some server-lots. So thank you very much for listening. Just very quickly, I will be again in Gourmet Glatt Market in Borough Park, January 13th from 11:30 to 2:30, and Wednesday the 15th in Teaneck at Cedar Market from 12 to 3. The Aussies Fish Counters doing cooking demonstrations. Stick around. to the NachumSiegel.com stream. We've got music sponsored by our friends at Kedem right up until Lichtbenching. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for watching us. Take care. Good Shabbos.
Shabbos, everybody.
Shabbos.